So one of the ways that you can add some dimension to the stitches that you already know is by using a technique called whipped stitches. So in the center here I have a line of running stitch that I'll use to demonstrate this technique in a moment. Over here in blue I did just a simple line of stem stitch, and then I whipped this purple thread in pearl cotton around it. So it's coming over and under, and it's spiraling around the line of stitches like a candy cane. And it just adds some different dimension. There's a contrast between the floss and the pearl cotton, the textures, the colors, the shine. Over here I have a line of feathered chain stitches, and from about here downwards I used a line of rayon, darker green, to twist around that central stem with the whipped stitches, and it just gives it a little bit more color and texture, just adds a little bit more interest to it. You may want that. You may have started it and gone, oh, that's pretty, but I really want that central line defined a little bit more. Well, here's how you can do it. And then it looks a little bit two-tone, but it's still blending. So it's a great way to add to something you already know and to expand on the stitches that you use in your work. So to make a whipped stitch, you're simply going around and around your previous line of stitches. So for a moment here, I'll continue this purple thread being wrapped around the blue stem stitch. So I'm just going to go under on this side, and up and over and back under from the other side. So you're always going up on one side and under on the other side. It's just coiling around that previous stitch. And with this stem stitch, since it's already a little coiled, it's sort of settling into the stitch and becoming almost like a rope, which is a really neat effect. It almost looks like two stitches twisted together, and that can be very pretty. Let me show you what it looks like on the running stitch in the middle. Here I've started doing whip stitches on my line of running stitch, so I'm always going from right to left as I slip the thread and the needle underneath the previous stitch, always following the same direction. And you notice that here I have this line of straight stitches, and then the whipped stitch creates this diagonal. So this looks very different with a running stitch than it does with the stem stitch. It would look different again if I had a back stitch or something where it was a solid line that I was whipping around. This is actually very pretty. It's almost like a half rope with little dashes in between it. So you get a very different effect depending on what your base stitches are, but it's a great way to add some extra color, some extra texture to the design that you're working on.